Just has a better, it's more luscious, more melty, goes in your mouth easier. Okay. Do not dictate my recipe. Rewind. Here we go. Toodles. Adios. Parmashatsky. Hello friends, and welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm going to be making for you lasagna. This is a recipe that I think you can make on a weeknight. It does take some time, but it's well worth the wait. Even if you got a frozen lasagna at the grocery store, it takes 2 hours to cook. I like to make it from scratch, spruce it up a little bit. It's non-traditional. I make it the way my mom made it, which is with cottage cheese instead of ricotta, and with a marinara instead of like a bechamel white sauce. I think it comes out tasting incredibly because I'm going to add some fresh ingredients to the jarred marinara. And remember, you're going to be drinking with me. So today you might think because I'm cooking another Italian dish, I'm going to have some fine wine or maybe a nice Italian beer. Nope. Today, I'm drinking tequila. So drink along with me. Let's get started. So first I'm going to chop all my veg and get prepped up, and then I'm going to shred my mozzarella cheese. First things first is let's chop our onion. Boop. Onion's done. It's tequila time, shot number 1, my friends. That's good. Now I'm ready to cut my jalapenos. And jalapenos is not something that's traditional in any marinara or lasagna recipe out there, but I absolutely love jalapenos. I love spicy. That's what I'm putting in there. Let's chop it up. Boop. Jalapenos done. Bell pepper. Boop. Done. Fucking shite. Jesus. Next is the garlic smash. Woo! Yeah. Garlic done, and what actually is next is a shot of tequila. Shot time. Cheers. So next I'm going to shred our mozzarella cheese, and then our prep is almost done. There's only one more thing I'm going to do, and that's right before we finish the marinara mixture, and that's going to be to chop our basil, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Cottage cheese. Oh Christ. Fun fact about cheese is that it reaches its max flavor potential when it reaches room temperature. I don't know if that's true, it's just what I heard. Cheese done. Vegetables are chopped. Now I'm gonna brown 1 pound of beef and a pound of Italian sausage. Check. All right, so our meat's browned. I'm gonna add just a little bit of olive oil, and then I'm gonna add in our chopped veg and saute it just for a short minute. I think I'm gonna add just a little bit of salt. Just a little bit. Just let my vegetables saute. Cheers, another shot. Too delicious to talk about. So I'm gonna add my garlic. We're nearing done with the saute. Just gonna saute the garlic real quick. I'm gonna add my jarred marinara. Give it a stir. I added just a little water to the jar. It helps me get the rest of the marinara out. Adds a little more water to our mixture and allows us to reduce it and allow these flavors to get to know each other. So we're going to reduce this until there's a little moisture and we just have a nice sauce meat mixture for our lasagna. So I added a teaspoon of oregano dried and a little bit of fresh basil just to liven it up a little bit as it reduces. So next I'm gonna make my cottage cheese filling. So this is a part that's not traditional but always reminds me of home. So I'm gonna put 2 cups of cottage cheese, into a bowl. I'm gonna crack 2 eggs in there. Then I'm going to add some shredded Parmesan cheese. Question, is it Parmesan or is it Parmesan? I don't even know. That looks like a half cup. Then I'm gonna add a teaspoon of dried parsley. That looks like a teaspoon. That's what I like. And then a little salt and pepper. And it's always salt and pepper to taste. This probably ends up being about a teaspoon or so. Oh God, this pepper's gonna come out like crazy. About a half teaspoon of each, I think. And we're just gonna mix this up. It looks nice. I like. I don't know what shot we're at, but next shot. Cheers. That's good. Okay, so I'm gonna get my noodles going. So I've got my pot here. It's got piping hot water in there, and I'm gonna add a lot of salt. You wanna add a lot of salt, not too much, but not, what's the word? Not too little, thank you. Not too much, but not too little. What your goal is, if you've been to the ocean, is you wanna make it taste like ocean water. So I'm adding some kosher salt here. I just kind of eyeball it till it feels like enough. Give it a little stir. Hoping that salt dissolves a little bit. That's salty. So it's not a ton, but if you don't put salt in your pasta water, it's gonna come out bland. It'll just make your whole lasagna a little more bland. So make sure to salt your water so it tastes like the ocean. All right, so we're gonna drop this pasta in. Let it cook for about 12 minutes. Ay, pero mira, it's very hot. Ah! Jesus. God, I deserve discipline. Oh, it hurts. It's gonna be better later. Oh, ay, pero mira. Holy fuck. So, what I'm doing here is laying out my noodles so they don't stick together. Fuck, it's hot. Jesus Christ. And we're gonna use these as we layer our lasagna. Lasagna cooking is nice and calm. It's very relaxing. Fuck! So, we got our noodles. Noodles are done. Check. Okay. Jesus Christ. Let's layer our lasagna and get it into the oven. It's gonna cook for about an hour at 350 degrees. And we'll go from there. So this is our sauce mixture. I'm just covering the bottom layer of the pan, getting some grease, getting some meat, then our noodle, and then some more meat mixture. I'm just gonna dollop a little bit there, a little bit here. It'll spread out through the cooking process. Now I'm gonna add our cottage cheese mixture, dollop and spread. Our cheese. Pasta. Saucy. Oh, it's so saucy. Cottage cheese. And honestly, I know I've said this before, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be. Cheese. Cheese, blaz. Noodle. Sauce. Dollop and spread. Put the cheese. Cheese it up. Cheese it up. Cheese it up. So I am forcing this last layer just because that's how many noodles I cooked. Might be a stretch, but better to stretch it out than to not go for it. Yeah, this is a large lasagna. Boop, boop. And then I'm gonna top this motherfucking lasagna with a shit ton of cheese. Like, you think I'm done with mozzarella? You thought wrong. I'm gonna toss a little more Parmesan or Parmesan. I'm just gonna coat it all. That's it. So I'm gonna toss this into an oven, 350 degrees, 1 hour. 45 minutes will be covered. The last 15 minutes we're gonna uncover it just so that cheese gets a nice brown top. Brown. top. So I'm gonna try this. It's rested for about an hour, and I'm just gonna tear off of it because I don't care. Here we go. Oops. What? I could climb a mountain. This is so good. You feel the jalapeno, the garlic, the sheen slice, slicer. This shit is delicious. You're welcome. Wait, where's my other shredder? God damn it! Fuck my asshole and call me Susan. Shit. A fucking cell phone charger in my cooking equipment. For fuck's sakes. Have I told you that I love Winco? I went over there. They had 5 pounds of ground beef for $7. Can you believe that? Dude, I love Winco too. I wish they had a Winco here. And I brought my magic fairy wand today. Boop, 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 boop. Thanks for joining today. Don't forget to smash that like and subscribe and put a comment down below if you have any questions.